World Class Arizona, talking about energy as it is provided by Arizona Public Service. And I think probably his employees would agree that it wouldn't be provided as well without Don Brandt. Donald Brandt is the chairman of the board, president, CEO of Pinnacle West and Arizona Public Service. But if we're talking about true utility service anymore, right at the top of the list is solar power. And so when you're talking about APS, I know how proud you are to be a real leader in the United States. Compare APS with the rest of the country and its utilities.
Well, thanks, Pat. We are the leader, and we've been that for 50 years. A lot of people don't realize that, but we were pioneering solar 50 years ago.
Is it primarily because we have more sunshine?
Well, I wasn't around 50 years ago, at least not here, but I think that probably had a lot to do with it. It's here, and we've got a research facility that's got 4 or 5 generations of solar equipment, but we are a leader. Last year, 2013, we ranked number 3 in the country in the amount of solar that was installed. The largest utility outside of California, the 2 utilities in California that beat us out are I'll call mega utilities that are 5 to 7 times our size.
I will only recognize this among friends. The sun has been around longer than I have. There is some debate about that. But in the case of the sun providing energy since the beginning of time, why is solar suddenly hot? And I don't mean to make that as a pun.
Mm-hmm. Well, the technology's advanced dramatically. I could take you out to our research facility and it looks like, somebody's backyard with a mad scientist. There were just a lot of, the technology's just improved so dramatically. The federal research dollars that have gone into the university research dollars and from a worldwide perspective. And the cost of energy has gone up from what it was 20 years ago, so it makes the economics a little more favorable. But it's been the consumer interest in it, but the cost has come down dramatically, and so we're seeing solar coming to light, so to speak.
I never have to leave Arizona in search of the sun, but if I'm looking for a little surf to begin with, I may say, let's spend a little time in San Diego. And I did recently, and as I was going towards San Diego, past Gila Bend, I saw this massive solar plant just on the other side of Gila Bend. What is that, and what does it provide?
That's Solana, and that's a plant we built in partnership with Abengoa, a Spanish firm that developed the technology. And unlike the photovoltaic, the silicone wafers, this plant uses parabolic mirrors to capture the heat rather than the light energy of the sun. And the unique thing about Solana, first, it's the largest of its kind in the world, 250 megawatts. That's about 70,000 homes it could power. But it stores some of that heat energy in these huge molten salt tanks. Solana was probably producing electricity last night at about 10 or 10:30 at night, long after the sun's been down. Solana is generating solar energy.
And you're generating solar energy not only for individual homes and businesses, but also schools. That's fascinating to me.
Right. We have partnerships with about 300 schools where we've done rooftop solar installations, and they've been some of our most outstanding customers to work with.
All grade levels, Don?
All grade levels from, kindergarten, grade school through the universities around the state of Arizona. Just last May at our shareholders meeting, I invited Principal Lori Ritz from the Sunny Slope Elementary School. That she's been a great partner, and she brought her team, and I introduced them to our shareholders there, and she also agreed to star in one of our TV spots about being solar.
Isn't it good to know that your children's power doesn't necessarily always come from the Avengers or any of those superheroes, but how about a super organization like Arizona Public Service? world class Arizona.